Hola Bandidos, ¿cómo estamos? Welcome to Mel's Magic. This is episode 16 of season 3 y estamos a 25 de abril. It's springtime. Full swing here. Owl and I say hello. I'm saying spring full swing because the sun is out, it's gorgeous. We've had some pretty hard and long rainy days here in Spain. Que nos hacían falta, which were necessary, but it's always nice to have the sun back and to have that contrast, no? Rain, sun. Now you're like, wow, the sun is amazing, the skies are amazing. So I hope you're well. We had Easter here in Spain. I didn't know it was that big of a deal. There's a lot of visitors from the big cities visiting our area, and we had friends over too, and just lovely time. Yeah, I hope you're well. The cards I pulled today really reflect this, I guess, sensation of rejuvenation and this knowing and feeling that the new cycle that we've been talking about and which the cards reflected or pointed towards even a month ago has finally arrived. So this new cycle is here and we're in the full swing of things. The first card I pulled, energy of today, is the Six of Swords, and there you go. The rainbow has appeared after this period of stagnation, frustration, struggle, resurfacing of old shadows that had to be integrated, old emotional baggage that had to be processed and released. And I can see the rainbow. I hope you can too. It's also this notion that it was worth the struggle. It was worth every bit of the pain, every bit of disappointment we've experienced. And being at this amazing point where personally I'm even grateful for everything that happened. You know, they say that, oh, you have to heal, you have to forgive, you have to let go, and you kind of tell yourself, yes, I should do that, but we can't force it. It takes time and experiences and new memories, new experiences to arrive in order for us to really get to a point where forgiveness happens. I'm not sure if effortless is the right word, but organically. And where after forgiveness you realize that you would not be where you are right now had it not been for the pain or the dark times or the suffering. So I feel that when we reach a point of gratitude, that we've truly processed and truly hit a milestone in our healing journey. So I'm at this point right now and I'm looking back and I'm saying thank you to every bit of pain, every perceived mistake, every detour we've taken. And, you know, thankful to those people who've even hurt us because they've taught us so much. So that is my stage of liberation right now. I'm on top of this rainbow. And I asked the cards also, because I know we've had a bit of a break. I've asked the cards, well, what's Mel's Magic episode 16 going to be about? Because I didn't quite know where to start. And energetically, that was the card I pulled from the Wild Unknown Tarot, Animal Tarot, and then this one from the Sacred Power deck, which has the beautiful flower of life in the back. Angel Assistance. It's a big one. I've talked about our ability or our capacity for, or our deserving of guidance even, no? And our ability to call upon spirit guides and angels. And I've had a discussion with various people, you know, oh gosh, I don't believe in angels. I don't believe in these kind of idolatrized, humanized figures. And I said, well, call it what you may. You can just call it a frequency or a vibration we can connect to. But for the sake of conceptualizing and using concepts that our mind can understand, I mean, we're talking about energies and entities that are au-delà of our five senses, but our brain needs, we use vocabulary and words to talk about things. So for the sake of just understanding and communication, I just use the word angels, but they are essentially frequencies that we can tap into and access. So talking about angel assistance, I've got so many stories to share where I felt, and I know I have been aided by these beings, entities, or energies. And it's because I invoked them. There's this saying, ask and you shall receive. So things and energies cannot intervene on our behalf unless we actually ask them to. And not even act on our behalf, but guide us or assist us. Because really, we are not less powerful than these so-called energies and entities and angels. We are as powerful as them. But sometimes as human beings, we get stuck in a rut. And we kind of bite our own tail when we don't know how to think outside of the box or hit our head against a wall in a certain situation or problem or challenge we face. So that's the moment where we can really ask for assistance. And it doesn't even have to be these huge existential dilemmas. It can be something as trivial as looking for your keys or looking for a parking space. There's different helpers we can ask for assistance for different tasks. So I'm very much in this space where I guess I want to operate from my heart space, and I want to create things that are inspired, inspirited. Not so inspired means it comes from spirits. You are on par with spirit. You are guided by spirit. So I want to act. I want to be inspired. I don't want to work on things from my ego, out of ego. I want to create things that are inspired from my higher self, or call it the universe or God, because that's where things become really miraculous and bigger and better. And gosh, sounds like Trump. Things just become more magnificent than what our own mind and ego can think of. I'm sure I'm expressing myself well here, but I'm open to being guided and to create things that are really inspired and that come from a place of inspired action and soulfulness. There we go, soulfulness. So I communicate with my angel folks. I mean, there's so many out there, angels, and they come from different, names are ancient Hebrew, but different religions have different angels also. But you can research them. There's a core bunch, the archangels, who you can invoke just for general grounding and guidance. There's like Saint Michael. A lot of us know him. Archangel Saint Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Ragel, Metatron, Chamuel, Sandalphon. Those are the archangels. They're kind of the big bosses of the angels. They also cover the elements and certain aspects of us. So be it the mind, Raphael governs the mind, Gabriel the emotions, Saint Michael has our back and inspires us to action. Uriel has to do with the path forward is in front of us, abundance. I mean, do a bit of research. There's so much to find out. Once you open that portal of just angel assistance, it's huge, huge topic. But in my experience, every time I ask and believe that I'm being assisted and then thank them also as if it's already done, the response or whatever inquiry I have or whatever I'm asking about, the response appears. It's incredible. And the more I learn how to read the signs and be perceptive to the signs, the more they're being given to me. So it's this, what it provides is this notion, this assurance that I'm not alone, we're not alone. I think that's the big difference that provides me this peace of mind and this sense of peace that was not there before. You know, before I had this breakdown in 2019, I was operating from a completely different place where I thought I was alone, life is scary, the universe is a scary place. I was acting, believing, thinking, and feeling out of fear. So my main operating system was fear. Whereas now I'm coming from a place of trust, faith, and love. And it's incredible. It's just a complete paradigm shift. Knowing that we're supported, knowing that the universe actually wants the best for us, that come what may is always for the best of us to teach us something. It just relieves us from so much pressure and burden. And yeah, it gives me this sense of inner peace and safety, which was not there before. Angel assistance. If you haven't tried it, I really do invite you to try it out. You don't even have to call upon a specific angel. As I said, there's so many out there. You know, I just mentioned the archangels, but there's like thousands of other angels. And every angel frequency is in charge of a specific topic, you know, whether it's abundance or protection, universal knowledge, prosperity, psychic abilities. Everyone is in charge of a different aspect, so you can invoke a certain angel for a specific aspect. But regardless, if you just simplify it, as soon as we humble ourselves and say a prayer, i.e. try and connect to something higher than us, it's being received. Universe has ears. And these higher beings also listen to us. What I do is I always try to come from a respectful place, and I ground myself first. I have these chimes that I click 3 times, and I want to clear the space, and I literally invite them. I invite my angels, my spirit guides, and my ancestors, and Spirit himself to guide me. And I have these oracle cards and tarot decks, and I've built this relationship with the cards where I really intuitively can sense or gather the message that's being given, because the answer is already in me. The cards are just a reflection of, or a clarification of what is already in unconsciously there within me. Just clarify things, and it's super useful. Super useful. It's a relationship and it's a dialogue I have, and it's fun. It's also fun, you know. Nowadays, I spend a lot of time on my own, but I'm never really alone. That's another thing. I'm never really alone, and it's a comforting feeling, really comforting feeling. So angel assistance, try it out. If you're stuck with some kind of problem or challenge you can't get your head around, humble yourself, ask for guidance. ask, and it will be given to you. Be perceptive. You have to be present also, Try it out. It's a really fun way of operating. Vale? And for those of us who are then scared to abdicate our power, ooh, I don't want to give up my responsibility. I don't want to give up my power. No, I mean, you're literally just asking for guidance. The final decision, the final action is still up to you. You can even ignore the guidance. Like if something comes, if some a symbol or a sign or message appears, it's still up to you to perceive it, interpret it, and act upon it. So relax, But in my experience, ever since I've tapped into this and I'm open to it, my life has become easier. I'm more in the flow of things, which brings me to another card I pulled today of the traditional Rider Waite tarot, Ace of Cups. The cup is overflowing with inspiration. There's a dove, in spiritus, overflowing universal love that wants to be shared. Spirit is arriving and is inspiring me. I'm ready to create things, and I'm ready to co-create. Actually, co-creation. That's the next term, because as an extension of the universe, we're like a fractal of the universe expressed in our individual form and our unique form. The universe wants to co-create through us and with us, through our individual experience and our individual ideas, in combination with the higher intelligence. That's when it becomes really fun, because the universe uses our individual perspective, and we, as our ego, uses the universe as miracle maker. There we go. So, Ace of Cups, inspiration is overflowing. And the clarification card is insane. I pulled for the angel assistance card because I'm like, okay, I don't know how to go about this. How can I expand better on this topic? The clarification card I pulled was co-create. There we go. I mean, of course we're capable of creating things on our own, and I mean without the assistance or inspiration of a higher power. Of course, we do it all the time. But you can only get so far, in my experience. It gets much more fun and magnificent and miraculous when we invite the higher power. So, co-creation, that's what we're here for. We're here to co-create with whatever you want to call it. Allah, God, Dios, spirit, source. Because creation essentially hasn't stopped. The universe is continuing creation through us. We are co-creating still with the universe. So what are we creating? We create with our thoughts. From the infinite potential of possibilities, a thought is a point that makes out of a whole energetic field a particle. It materializes it. And then through our action, our beliefs, we're literally manifesting things. So the big question is, what are we creating? What are we co-creating? Are we creating a world that we want or that we are afraid of? Even when we think we're not creating, we are creating, because we're still focusing on something. What are we focusing on? Unwanted things or wanted things? Are we creating out of fear or out of love? I mean, really. It's really time to take our co-creative power back. Realize that we have this power. And it is really a matter of focus. Our brain works in terms of neural pathways. So gratitude is one way of training our brain to focus on what is wanted, to focus on how we want to feel. If you think of anything that makes you feel grateful, immediately you feel this raise in your vibration. Gratitude is very close to, is synonymous to appreciation, to love, which is source energy, source feeling. So to be grateful for the things we have, for what we are, is one way of raising our vibration and focusing on the kind of world that we want to create. If you focus on unwanted things, you are literally magnifying that. There is a saying, that it's useless to fight a war against something. It's useless because you have to create from outside of the box. So you cannot fight against fear. The antidote to fear is love. No? And love and fear are on the opposite side of the spectrum, which is another big conversation because we live in a universe of contrast. We need both. We wouldn't know what love feels like if there's no fear, or what joy feels like if there's no suffering or no pain. So both are valid, but again, what are we focused on? What are we magnifying? What are we manifesting, creating more of? I want to create more magic, more beauty, more miracles. And most importantly, I want to feel, that's another important question. How do you want to feel? Are you pleased and satisfied with the way you're feeling? If not, choose otherwise. How can you feel differently? Happiness and contentment and peace are right up there. Joy, gratitude are right up there on my preference scale. I used to be too familiar with pain and suffering because I didn't even know. I forgot what the opposite end of the spectrum is. And I thought I deserved to suffer and to feel pain. That's like crap. I want to feel peaceful, joyful, loving, appreciative, grateful, blissful. And I'm going to focus on the things and feelings and thoughts that magnify those feelings. And that's how we create our world around us. And a big tragedy is this sensation or this notion that we can't make a difference. That's absolute BS. One person can make a difference. We are connected to everything else. If you raise your energy, if you heal, you raise the collective automatically. That's why it's so important to do the inner work. And it's why it's so important to be happy. And I'm not saying happy in this superficial sense, to really feel joy and do the things that bring you fulfillment, because in doing that, you expand that and you create a mini universe that affects the greater universe. You are essential to co-creating the world around you and to co-expanding the universe. It's individual work, but it will affect the collective. So I kind of steered off my general topic, which was angel assistance, but there we go. It's this beautiful notion that we are so powerful. We have the power to create things, the things in life that we desire, because by doing so, we are fulfilling our purpose, which is co-creating with the universe. So our desires are valid. Our happiness is essential and important. We have value. We all have gifts and unique perspectives that help the universe to become conscious of itself. That's why we're here. Universe is becoming conscious by creating things in a 3D reality and perceiving them, hearing, feeling, sensing, smelling. Universe gets this, richly feels and sees what it is like to continue creation, to create things that were not there before. So we are an essential part of the fabric. Vale? If you ever doubt your value, I'm here to tell you, you are essential in the fabric of life. And what you do affects everyone else. You heal yourself, you help others raise the vibration of the collective. If you shine your light, you help and allow others to shine their light. So let's work together on co-creating. And this is the best time. We're spring. New energy, sunshine, even the earth is showering us with its abundance. The flowers are coming out. perfect time is now. ¿Vale? Y con esto les dejo con un mensaje de prosperidad y abundancia and lots of new energy, zest for life, vitality, and I hope that you practice, find the tools to heal, practice daily rituals that are conducive towards feeling whole, feeling joyful, and bring you to a place where you can start creating again, out of the paradigm of suffering into a paradigm of thriving and co-creation with the spirit. ¿Vale? Con esto, Owl and I say hello, and I'm happy to see you back here. If you like my messages and videos, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'm Magic Mel, and this is Mel's Magic. Ciao!